guys, I would love to talk about the thing we see a lot online right now, that if you don't let your dog sniff, then you are cruel to your dog, and you're selfish, right? I actually posted a video the other day about what to do if your dog keeps pulling to the side and dragging you into the grass, and how to reduce that. And the first comment was that you should just get a longer leash and stop being so selfish to your dog. I firmly disagree with that, because walking isn't just a walk to a dog, it's also relationship building, right? So if you have zero issues with your dog, then by all means do that if that makes you happy, if that makes the dog happy. I personally don't like it when it's like muddy or whatever. I don't want to walk into the mud for my dog. Sometimes my dog just needs to do what I want to do. So a walk builds the foundation of a relationship. This is a really great opportunity to put in some rules, to put in some boundaries, to tell your dog that you have value, that you're doing this as a team and you're cooperating together. And if you just let your dog do whatever they want every single walk, you're just a facilitator at the end of the leash, and in the end you don't really matter when you're out on a walk, which will then create problems when there's distractions or other dogs or whatever is going on, right? So what I'm trying to say is that walking doesn't have to be the same every single walk. Like, let's not pretend that if I say in one video during a walking exercise, don't let them sniff, that I mean never let your dog sniff. I never said that in a single video. But people are so quick to jump on board because it makes them feel good. It's a good excuse to let your dog pull because someone on the internet said that sniffaris are the best thing for your dog ever, and it'll make him so enriched and so fulfilled that it's like an okay for your dog to be pulling your fucking arm off. And to me, it isn't. Especially not if you have issues with your dog. And with issues, I mean, does your dog have reactivity to other dogs? Does your dog chase bikes? Does your dog have impulse control issues? Is the walk so unpleasant that you hate taking your dog for a walk? Because if the answer is yes to all of those, right, then you might have to change your ways a little bit. Because that's the people I make videos for. I don't make videos for people that have perfect walking dogs. Like, I mean, by all means, watch them, but you obviously know you're not the target group when it's a self-help video, right? So I think the first thing we need to debunk a little bit is the fact that when I say don't let your dog sniff in this situation, I literally mean in this situation. For example, I'm walking 5 dogs at the moment. You can see them all over here, right? And look how nicely they're all walking. Are they able to sniff everything they want? No, because then all the dogs will be jostled around and it's not nice. But do I stop regularly and give them nice long sniff breaks? Yes, I do. On my terms. Does that mean they're having a shit time at walking? No, because they all look pretty happy. Muffy, are you happy? Look at them. They're pretty happy dogs. So not letting them sniff all the time actually creates a lot of calmness in the group and puts me as someone that's, well, let's say leader of the pack in this case, even though that theory is a little bit debunked, right? But for the sake of this case. And what it teaches the dogs is trust. They trust me to take charge when it's needed. They trust me when they are nervous to take care of the situation. They trust me to make the right decisions for the group because I have set boundaries and structure that makes everyone feel safe. Or if I'm just walking my one single dog, 2 dogs, right, they also know I've got it covered So now I don't have to do anything about it because I have value to my dog. I've told them you can have all these freedoms, but not these, unless you ask permission, or you can just not have it. Like sometimes it's just not appropriate for my dog to be sniffing because they might be eating stuff that might be really bad for them, right? So I have to be very mindful of that. So things aren't as black and white as some people online. I see it mainly in like social media reels. Like a walk isn't just sniffari. There is plenty of times where I walk my dogs and the first 10 minutes they walk next to me, they get to sniff as we're walking, and then we get to the point of a big field and I let them off leash and they can sniff for like 20 minutes and then we're back on leash, or I put them on a long line if I'm in an area where they're not allowed off lead. So stop looking at a tip as a you should never let your dog sniff, right? Because no one is saying that. No one is saying walk your dog for 60 minutes and they're not allowed to leave your knee at a single moment of time. They're not even allowed to go to the toilet. No one is fucking saying that. Yeah? Because I agree. That would not be very nice for your dog, would it? But saying never put any rules in place and just let your dog do whatever they want to do creates a monster of a dog. Especially if you have a dog with impulse problems, with reactivity problems, that ignores you most of the time, even when you have treats. If you have a dog that steals your stuff, pushes into your space all the time, like if that's your dog, then a really good place to start building more structure and rules and relationship is the walk. And the only way to do that is by setting some rules that your dog understands, and they go, oh, so you do have something to say. I better start listening, otherwise I don't get what I want. Yeah? It's like the same with kids. Do we just let kids do whatever they want all the time? Or do we also say, hey, no, you need to eat your dinner first before you have dessert? Or do you say, hey, you can't just run across the street to get that ball because you get hit by a car? Do we just say, no, you can do whatever you want? Or, you know, you're on your way to a formal event and the kids have nice clothes on. Do we just let them play in the mud because they want to play in the mud? No, you say right now is not the time for that. But when we finish with the event, we'll stop at the playground. Right? Like, stop thinking so black and white, people. It's not doing your dog any favors, and it's just excusing bad behavior or behavior that you could easily fix but don't want to fix because someone gave you an excuse not to work on it. Love to hear what you think. Pretty controversial topic these days. And then me and my pack will just continue walking. Everyone is doing great, even if they can't sniff the whole time.